Hi, I'm Joshua Schoen and I make content for the Bancor DAO. This video is about BNT, VBNT, and the Bancor vortex. The value of the Bancor network token is, unsurprisingly, important to the health of the Bancor network. BNT is the asset which is paired against all others. The Bancor network experiences the surplus and deficits of tokens as a function of the ratio of BNT relative to TKN in the pools. I will refer to deficit as the situation where pools have less token than staked, and surplus when the pools have more token than staked. For a more in-depth explanation on how this works, check out this article from the Bancor blog. This video is an explanation of how Bancor 3 uses fees by the protocol to restore token vault balances, and it is not financial advice, nor is it speculation on the price of VBNT or BNT. Burning of VBNT and/or BNT is designed to improve the health of the protocol and restore token vault balances. Said another way, it would bring in more tokens to Bancor, reduce the deficit, and eventually create a surplus. The important thing to understand about the vortex is, it isn't magic. The vortex is not the only force in the market. So as I show you the way the vortex works, please understand, just as the vortex buys, any user can sell. And if sells are greater than buys, then obviously the price goes down. What matters here is that the vortex only works in one direction. It buys VBNT, and sometimes BNT, and burns it. This helps protect the health of the protocol by reducing deficits. Okay, Joshua, I get it. This isn't financial advice or price speculation. Will you just tell me how it works? Simply put, Bancor charges traders a fee when they make trades. The fee the protocol charges is immediately used to buy BNT during the trade. This BNT is then burned or swapped for VBNT, and that's burned. The fee the protocol charges the trader that is used to buy BNT is just a normal purchase of BNT. Bancor just buys the BNT, and normal AMM mechanics apply. And the token used to buy the BNT is added to the liquidity pool, which reduces the deficit because you're adding tokens and removing BNT. Again, when a trader makes a trade on Bancor, as a part of their trade fee, in the same transaction as their trade, Bancor buys BNT with the tokens provided by the trader and puts those tokens in the liquidity pool. No matter what happens to the BNT the protocol just bought, after this moment, it has already been used to benefit the protocol. The deficit has already been reduced by adding the trade fee to the liquidity pool. In general, people think that tokens increase in price when they are burned, but this is not the case. The price increase of a token happens when it's bought. Burning the tokens just means you can't undo the buy. So I'm going to say this one more time. No matter what happens, after this moment, the protocol has already bought BNT with TKN and reduced the deficit by adding the TKN to the LP. Now let's say the protocol took the token from the trade fees and bought 1000 BNT. There are now two choices: burn the BNT and lock away 1000 BNT forever, or swap it to VBNT and lock away 1303 BNT forever. And this is why we swap to VBNT, because as long as VBNT is cheaper than BNT, you can lock away more BNT with the swap to VBNT and burn. Let's put this all in one big picture. I'm going to change the numbers to something more simple to make this easier to follow along, but this is basically a quick history of the vortex. 1000 users each take 1000 BNT and stake it. They all get BNBNT, which we're going to ignore in this episode, and VBNT. The Bancor vortex is made, and it is set up so that 1 BNT is worth 1 VBNT. Some users take their VBNT and LP with it, and others sell their VBNT for quick cash. The price of VBNT goes down because there are more sellers than buyers. These sellers are all shorting the protocol, by the way. Meanwhile, traders are using Bancor and paying trade fees. These fees are used to buy BNT and reduce the deficit, as discussed earlier. Then the vortex swaps the BNT to VBNT and burns it. Slowly but surely, the vortex does its job. For a while, the ratio was so low that 1 BNT would get you 3 VBNT, meaning that 1000 BNT could be swapped to 3000 VBNT to lock up 3000 BNT forever. Some users even joined in on buying VBNT so that they could, in essence, create a short squeeze. Now that the vortex has been going for a while, it's been able to burn 3.5 million VBNT, which is 7.25% of the total supply. This 7.25% is locked away forever and cannot be withdrawn. This is how Bancor 3 works. Someone makes a trade, the protocol collects a fee. That fee is used to buy BNT, and then the vortex is used to maximize the efficiency of the burn. At the current pace, the vortex will drive the ratio up until VBNT is more valuable than BNT, at which point it isn't entirely clear what should be done. Furthermore, the vortex can be adapted to do other things. There are currently 3 governance models being discussed, and each of them make use of the vortex in their own way. Check the previous video for that. And if you don't think the vortex can keep up with the deficit, then you should watch this video about new fee-generating mechanisms for the protocol. Thanks for watching. See you next time.